Hey, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. Commander64 here again. Back in April I bought a couple of dirt cheap controllers for my PC to play backups via emulation. Backups, that is. Okay, Nintendo? Not ROMs. I was going to do an unboxing video, which you can see here, but it was awful, so I scrapped it. However, I did a review on the Nintendo pad a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm back with the second part to review Sega pad. So if you're thinking about picking up a cheap Sega pad for your PC, stay tuned. Okay, let's take a look at this Sega Mega Drive style pad. This is obviously based on the much smaller 6-button pad that Sega released, which is kind of required to play games like Street Fighter 2 and such. It had much smaller wings than the old Mega Drive pad did, and this looks pretty much size-wise and shape-wise bang on to what it should be. Obviously no Sega logo. I'll be unwise because Sega didn't make this. I guess I could put a transfer or a sticker on there if I could find one on eBay, if I really wanted to do that and make it look like a Sega pad. There's an indent on the back there, which Sega would have displayed the model number. Again, that's blank. So no branding on this whatsoever, and very similar to the Nintendo style pad that I reviewed, which you can watch by clicking the eye at the top there. Pretty much impossible to figure out who made this thing. Other differences, let me see. The start button here. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but in the UK this would have been grey or red. I don't know about other countries, but I believe they're grey or red. This is blue, obviously. The font on the ABC, XYZ buttons is not really similar to the font that they used on the official controllers. And both those 6 buttons and the D button, as Sega like to call it, are a lot more raised. They pop out a bit more than they should do. You do have the oval type frames around the buttons. So in a nutshell, very similar looking to the 6-button Sega pad, a few small differences. The entire thing is made of hard plastic. There's a bit more gloss around the top there and around the oval frames. Apart from that, there's not a lot to say about the materials. The USB cable is 144 centimeters, which is just under 57 inches. Reasonable amount of length there. Feels very light. It's only 60 grams. Now, as I did in the Nintendo review, for a comparison, this Xbox 360 controller is 220 grams. So if you're going from something like this to something like this, it literally feels like a feather in your hand. I even feel like the Sega controller would have been a bit heavier than this. This is all nitpicking. The buttons are in the right place, feels correct, if not a little bit loose. But this is a £2 controller, this only cost me £2. I can't really knock it. If you want to play Sega games on your PC, and you want something that feels a little bit more like a Sega pad than this does, you can't go wrong with this, really. So everything seems to be responding correctly. Up, down's working okay. Fire buttons. I mean, I suppose I should get a game that actually uses all 6 buttons. Okay, so I give the brightness. I thought the best way to do this is to just record the control on the screen at the same time, so you can see if there's any delay between me pushing the buttons and the actions on the screen. Sorry, it's very difficult for me to concentrate. I'm talking to you guys and dealing with Chun-Li at the same time. And this maybe isn't the best game to test out any delay in the controllers, because you're sort of just mashing buttons around half the time. Okay. Polygonal heaven with this state-of-the-art 3D rendered game for the Mega Drive. Paid a lot of money for this cartridge. Again, I'm choosing this because it's got all 6 buttons on it. And I can see if there's any lag. Seems to be good. This has not aged well, has it? I remember being pretty impressed with this game back in the day, even though it cost me so much money. So yeah, the 6 buttons, the top 3 actors they've used, don't they? Yep, I'm having no problems so far. Apart from the fact that I suck. So thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments down below what you think, what you'd like to see, etc. Hit me some likes. If you're not subscribed yet, please do so. Anything you can do to support the channel is much appreciated. There's no point in doing this if nobody's going to watch it. I'm going to be doing some more gameplay videos. I'm currently in the process of getting some better capture equipment for the Commodore 64 and possibly a few other things I might have knocking around in the loft. So expect some gameplay footage soon. But for now, this is Commander 64 signing off.